Generally, our students do very well with pericare. If they do forget something, it is normally they'll expose more than the perineum. So when you're uncovering her to do pericare, just expose what you need to work on. So definitely make that little window. The other thing that will be pretty much an automatic flunk is if you fail to wash your hands with soap and water. So you cannot sanitize at the end of the skill. If you do sanitize, you will not pass. Hi, Mrs. Peri. I'm Leanne, your CNA today, and I'm here to do pericare. I'm going to get my supplies, sanitize, and I'll be right there. Going to make sure to cover all surfaces. Rub them together until they're completely dry. I'm going to go ahead and grab my supplies. 2 towels, 6 washcloths, a waterproof pad, one towel for the barrier, I'm going to go ahead and grab my gloves. And I'm going to grab my bucket for my water. Okay, I want to make sure to get comfortably warm water. Might want to test the water with your wrist just to make sure it's not too warm. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my brakes are locked. I'm going to raise the bed to comfortable working height. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the curtain. You would pull it all the way around, but for today's purposes, we'll just leave it open. Okay, may I have the observer, please? I'll go ahead and put my gloves on. All right, Mrs. Peri, I'm going to go ahead and turn you over and put a waterproof pad under you. Going to raise your knee. The colored side goes down. You're going to turn toward me, and I'm just going to pull the pad through. It's basically just protecting the bed. All right. For the skill, you're definitely going to use soap and water. There's no pretending to do pericare. So I'm just going to expose the perineum only, and you can do this by just making a little window. go ahead and make my mitt. Put some soap on my washcloth. Just make sure to get soap on all areas that you'll be washing with. An alternative way to do the washing if you don't want to use the mitt is to use the washcloth. You just leave it folded and put it in a little triangle with the flaps like that. I'm going to get it wet. I'm going to make sure to get soap on the multiple layers. Okay. So now I can wash with this one, and this one, all with the same washcloth. And then if you wanted, you could continue to go on with more layers if you needed to. But for state board, you don't need to do that. Okay, Mrs. Peri, I'm going to go ahead and separate your labia. I'm going to wash the, I've got 3 areas of the washcloth here. I've got the middle and the 2 sides, and those are the sides I'm going to use. So separate the labia. I'm going to go down one side, front to back, down the other side, front to back, and then down the middle, front to back. It's her front to back. Goes in the linen. Okay, again, make your mitt. I'm going to get one to rinse. Separate the labia. I'm going to go down the side, front to back, side, front to back, middle, front to back. I'm going to pat her dry. Down the side, side, and middle, front to back. I'm going to cover you up. And now I'm going to make sure my observer is still there. I'm going to turn you on your side. Okay. I'm going to get another washcloth. Get soap. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and wash her from her front to her back. I'm going to do the middle, side, side. Going to go ahead and rinse. Middle, side, and side. And one more to dry. Middle, side, and side. All right, I'm going to go ahead and remove my gloves at this time. I'm going to make sure not to contaminate my hands. I'm going to go ahead and roll and remove this waterproof pad. Try to keep her covered as much as possible. I'm just touching the outside of the pad so not to contaminate my hands. All right, let's get you back in bed, straight. She needs to be in a comfortable position. All right, Mrs. Peri, we're all done with Pericare. I'm going to go ahead and lower your bed. All right, I'm going to get rid of my supplies. I'm going to take my water to the sink. I'm going to rinse it. I'm going to dry it. I'm going to return all my items to storage. The rest of my linen in the dirty hamper. Okay, Mrs. Peri, here's your call light and your water. If there's anything else I can get you, you just let me know. I'm going to open the curtain. Thank you, observer. Okay, I need to wash my hands. This is one of the 2 skills which you must wash your hands at the end of. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my water on. Make sure not to get it too hot. So make sure to get your hands wet first. Apply your soap. Going to make sure to cover all surfaces. Interlock your fingers. Going to get your fingertips. And your wrists. Going to make sure to wash your hands for 20 seconds. At any point, you don't want to contaminate anything. You don't want to touch the faucet, the sink. You can touch nothing. You're going to rinse with your fingertips pointing down. You're going to leave the water running. Go ahead and wand your paper towel. You're going to dry your hands with as many paper towels as it takes to get them dry. Okay. Then you're going to take another paper towel and you're going to turn your faucet off. Make sure not to touch the faucet with anything but the paper towel. And this is going to put this right in the trash. And now I've completed Pericare.